The transmission fluid lasts for the lifetime of the car. Sounds nice, but it's nothing more than marketing. The truth: transmission fluid is not eternal. Over time, it breaks down, loses its properties, and gets dirty. Why? Inside every transmission, there are friction discs. They work by constant contact and wear. As they wear down, they create tiny particles and dust. Those particles mix with the fluid, and then the problems begin. The filter gets clogged. The solenoids inside the valve body get dirty. You feel jerks when shifting. The car starts slipping at higher RPM, and in the worst case, the transmission overheats. If you never change the fluid, your transmission will die long before the car itself. Forget the lifetime fluid fairy tale. Stay smart. Protect your car. Don't fall for the myth. Change your transmission fluid every 30 to 60,000 miles. Do that, and your car will outlive the promises of any manufacturer. You've been lied to, not just by dealerships, but by your own habits. That's why most cars die before 150,000 miles. But if you kick these 11 bad habits, your car could live past 300,000. And trust me, I've seen engines die faster than a teenager's TikTok trend. So let's break it down. Trick 1. Stop warming up forever. You think idling for 10 minutes makes your car happy? Nope. That's like feeding it black coffee on an empty stomach. After 2 minutes, just drive gently. Your oil heats up 8 times faster when moving than when sitting. Idling every morning is slow death, and expensive Starbucks death at that. Trick 2. Brake like a human, not a maniac. Every panic stop is a $900 donation to the brake shop. Slam the pedal, and you roast your rotors at 1200 degrees. That's not sporty, that's stupid. Coast early, save your brakes. It's not a race, unless you're late for Taco Tuesday. Trick 3. Don't cook your engine with coolant neglect. Modern aluminum engines warp if they hit 230 degrees Fahrenheit. That's one bad day away from a $3,800 repair. Flush your coolant every 3 to 5 years and never mix colors. Green isn't the same as red, unless you're colorblind and rich. Trick 4. Check coolant leaks, not just your Instagram. If your coolant keeps disappearing, it's not magic. It's a leak. Radiator, hoses, head gasket. Something's crying under that hood. Ignoring it is like topping off your phone with duct tape. It doesn't work, and it will die. Trick 5. Dump the junk. Your SUV isn't a U-Haul. Every 100 pounds of useless junk is 1,000 pounds of stress in a panic stop. I've seen crossovers loaded with tools like mobile home depots, suspension blown, shocks crying, $1,400 repair bill. Travel light. Your car is not your closet. Trick 6. Listen to your car's horror movie. Ticking, whining, clunking. Those aren't background beats. They're warning signs. Ignore them, and you'll turn your car into a horror sequel called The Wallet Massacre. A $40 squeal today saves you from a $1,200 nightmare tomorrow. Trick 7. Quit riding the clutch. Manual drivers, that's you. Resting your foot on the clutch? Congrats. You're slowly roasting it into dust. That's a $1,500 lazy habit. Shift to neutral at lights. Use the handbrake on hills. Foot off the pedal, unless you're shifting. Period. Trick 8. Stop driving on fumes. Running on empty? Cool. You're also frying your fuel pump, a $600 repair. That pump needs fuel to stay cool. Below a quarter tank, it's sucking in hot air and gunk from the bottom of the tank. Keep it above a quarter or start a savings account for repairs. Trick 9. Don't be cheap on spark plugs. Spark plugs are 60 bucks. Engines are 6,000. Do the math. I've seen engines destroyed by bargain plugs that couldn't spark a birthday candle. Stick with NGK, Denso, Bosch. Quality only. Cheap plugs equal expensive regrets. Trick 10. Undercarriage car wash equals rust protection. Think washing your paint makes you clean? Nah, the rust is laughing under your car. One salty winter, and your frame looks like a breadstick. Rinse the undercarriage. It's not vanity, it's survival. Trick 11. Use the e-brake every single time. That P gear in your automatic, it's not a brake, it's a little finger, holding 3,500 pounds of steel. Break it, and hello, $2,800 transmission rebuild. Use the parking brake every time. Flat ground, uphill, downhill, I don't care. Respect. The e-brake. Do these 11 simple things, and your car will thank you by outliving your neighbor's shiny lease special. Ignore them, and well, I'll see you in the shop. Want to know the 13 biggest scams mechanics pull on drivers? That's my next video. Click it now, before your wallet becomes the next victim.
Most people destroy their transmission by changing fluid the wrong way. Let me show you the right way. Step 1. Prepare the tools. Fresh ATF, drain pan, funnel, socket wrench. Always use the exact fluid type your manufacturer specifies. Mixing ATF is like mixing vodka and milk. Disaster guaranteed. Place the pan under the transmission, remove the drain plug, and let the old fluid drain out. Pour in the exact amount you drained. Overfilling is just as deadly as running low. Balance is everything. Replace the filter, clean the pan, and install a new gasket. Skipping the filter change is like showering without soap. Do it right. Reinstall the drain plug, grab a funnel, and slowly pour in the new fluid. This step separates pros from amateurs. Start the engine, shift through all gears, then leave it in neutral. Check the dipstick. Only when hot after cycling gears is the reading accurate. If there's no dipstick, open the side plug in neutral. If fluid drips, the level is perfect. Don't add more. And that's it. Respect your car, and it will respect you back with smooth shifting and long life.
Mechanics can save your car, but some can also drain your wallet. Today, I'll show you 13 of the most brutal scams you must avoid. 1. Oil sludge scam. They pull the dipstick, show you dark oil, and say your engine is dying. But dark oil is normal after a few hundred miles. They just want to sell you an expensive flush. 2. Steering rack knock. You hear a knock in your steering. Mechanic says, you need a new rack. That's over $1,500. But often, all it needs is tightening the central nut. 10 minutes. Not a replacement. 3. Car won't move, your car stops moving. Shady shop screams, transmission failure, thousands in repairs. But sometimes it's just a drive shaft or a broken CV joint. Cheap fix, fast fix. 4. Lost acceleration. Your car feels weak. Mechanic pushes expensive engine work. But often, you just reset the throttle pedal adaptation. Turn ignition on. Hold the gas pedal for 2 minutes. Switch off. Restart. Done. 5. Your suspension is finished. They say the whole suspension is dead. Bushings, shocks, ball joints, everything. But usually it's just one part, $100 fix, turned into $1,500. 6. Brake pad scam. They scare you with dangerous pads, when in reality, you still have 60% life. Early replacement means easy money for them. 7. Battery replacement. Trick car won't start right away. Instead of cleaning the terminals or charging the battery, they sell you a new one. $200 wasted. 8. Spark plug. Upgrade. They push platinum or iridium plugs. Overpriced, unnecessary. For most cars, regular plugs are perfect. 9. AC Freon. Scam, your AC isn't cooling. They claim full system repair. In reality, it just needs refrigerant. $70, not $1,200, 10. Fake leak repairs. They add dye or sealant, shine a UV light, and suddenly there's a leak, fake problem. Real bill. 11. Alignment, upsell. Every visit, they push wheel alignment, even if it's fine. Unless you feel pulling or uneven tire wear, you don't need it. 12. Engine mount trick. Slight vibrations? They'll claim all mounts are broken, though only one may need replacement. 13. Leaking shocks. Trick. They show you a little moisture and say, your shocks are dead. But small sweating is normal. Real shock failure? That's bouncing or loss of control. Don't let shady mechanics drain your wallet. These 13 scams are everywhere. But now, you know the truth. Want to learn the 11 brutal car habits that secretly kill your ride? That's my last video. Check it out now.
You're driving along, minding your own business, when suddenly, bam, that dreaded check engine light stares you down like a debt collector. Your car starts stumbling between gears, or maybe it idles so rough you think it's about to take its last breath. Your first instinct? Call the mechanic. But before you do that, listen closely. In 95% of cases, nothing is actually broken. Your car's brain is just confused and begging for a reset. Most shops will charge you hundreds of dollars just to tell you what I'm about to show you for free. Today, I'm revealing 11 powerful reset tricks you can do in your own driveway with zero tools. And stick around for number 1. It's the secret handshake between the key and the ignition that even veteran mechanics keep under wraps. Let's save you some serious cash. 11th trick, throttle position sensor or TPS reset. Ever step on the gas and your car hesitates for a second, almost like it's second-guessing your command? Or maybe you've noticed sudden jerks while cruising. This is usually caused by the throttle position sensor falling out of sync. This happens after weak battery episodes, carbon buildup, or just years of driving. The sensor stops reading the full range of your pedal movement, confusing the engine computer. Here's the fix. Insert your key and turn it to the on position, but do not start the engine. All your dashboard lights should be on. Now, slowly, and I mean slowly, press the gas pedal all the way to the floor. Hold it there for 5 seconds. Then, slowly release it back up. Turn the key to off and wait about 30 seconds. When you start the car, let it idle for a minute. This retrains the sensor to understand your pedal's full sweep. You'll notice smoother acceleration and crisper throttle response immediately. It feels like giving your car its reflexes back. 10th trick, MAF sensor reset. You're in a red light and the engine starts shaking. Your gas mileage is dropped and you can't figure out why. One of the most overlooked culprits is the mass airflow sensor. This little device tells the engine computer exactly how much air is coming in. When it gets dirty, the engine gets the wrong fuel mix. It's like running a marathon while breathing through a straw. Steps to reset the MAF. Disconnect the negative battery cable and let the car sit for 15 minutes. While you wait, find the MAF sensor near your air filter. If you have some specialized MAF cleaner, give the wires inside a quick spray. Never touch them with your fingers. Once dry, reinstall it and reconnect the battery. Start the engine and let it idle for 5 minutes. This forces the ECU to relearn the airflow data from scratch. You'll save big at the gas pump and get that smooth idle back. 9th trick, ABS light reset. Few things are more annoying than a glowing ABS light when your brakes feel perfectly fine. Often this is just a soft code caused by a bit of road salt or a temporary sensor hiccup. The car doesn't always clear this on its own. To reset the ABS light, locate your fuse box and find the ABS fuse. Carefully remove it and leave it out for about 15 minutes. This drains the stored memory of the ABS module. Reinsert the fuse, start the engine, and drive slowly in a straight line for a short distance. If it was just a glitch, the light will vanish. If it stays on, then it's time to check the sensors, but this reset saves you a trip to the shop more often than not. 8th trick, ECU hard reset, the lobotomy. This is for when your car is acting like a total brat, limp mode, weird shifting, or a check engine light that won't go away after a repair. Think of this as a factory reset for your car's brain. Over time, the ECU stores bad habits based on poor fuel quality or sensor glitches. Here is how you do a hard reset. Disconnect both the positive and negative battery cables. Now here's the trick. Touch the cable ends together for about 30 seconds. Do not touch the battery terminals themselves, just the cables. This drains any leftover power in the capacitors. Reconnect the cables, start the engine, and let it idle for 10 minutes without touching the gas. This forces the ECU to forget its corrupted memory and relearn factory defaults. It's like a fresh start for the entire vehicle. 7th trick, transmission adaptive reset. Does your car slam into gear or hunt for the right gear on the highway? Modern transmissions learn your habits, but they can store bad patterns that make the gearbox feel clunky. To reset the transmission, turn the key to on without starting the engine. With your foot firmly on the brake, slowly move the shifter through every single gear. Park, reverse, neutral, drive, pausing for 3 seconds at each position. Do this twice. Then return to park, turn the key off, and wait a minute. Drive gently for the next few miles. You'll notice smoother shifts and much better predictability. 6th trick, idle air control reset. If your car stalls at stoplights or the idle dips dangerously low when you turn on the AC, your IAC system is out of sync. The fix, start the car with all accessories, AC, radio, lights, turned off. Let it idle for 5 minutes. Now switch on the AC and the high beams and let it idle for another 5 minutes. Turn everything off again and take it for a short drive. This teaches the ECU how to handle different engine loads so you don't stall in the middle of an intersection. Number 5, airbag light reset. The airbag light is unsettling, but often it's triggered by something as simple as moving the seats too fast or a weak battery. To reset, turn the key to on. Wait for the airbag light to illuminate, and the very second it goes out, turn the key to off immediately. Repeat this cycle 3 times in a row. On the 4th try, start the engine normally. If it was a glitch, the system will verify the sensors and clear the light. Now note, if it stays on, get it checked. Safety first. The 4th to the 2nd tricks, the quick hits. Number 4, fuel trim reset. If your gas mileage is terrible, disconnect the battery for 30 minutes. This wipes the long-term fuel trim data and lets the car recalibrate its diet. Number 3, power steering reset. If your steering feels stiff after a jump start, turn the wheel all the way to the left, then all the way to the right, and back to center. This recalibrates the electric steering motor. Number 2, battery management system, or BMS. On newer cars, if you change the battery, the car needs to know. Often you can reset this by toggling the rear fog light button 5 times and the hazard button 3 times. Check your manual, but don't let the dealer charge you $150 for this. Number 1, the secret immobilizer handshake. This is the big one. Your car cranks but won't start, or the security light is flashing. You think the engine is dead. Nope, your car just forgot its own key. Mechanics love to charge for a new ECU here, but try this first. The reset. Insert your key and turn it to the on position. Leave it there for exactly 10 minutes. Watch the security light. It should eventually stop flashing or go out. Turn the key to off for 30 seconds. Repeat this entire process 3 times. On the 3rd cycle, your car and the key will perform a digital handshake and resync. It takes 30 minutes, but it beats a $500 towing and reprogramming fee. There you have it, 11 ways to tell your car to pull itself together and stop acting out. Don't let the dealerships take your hard-earned money for things you can fix in your pajamas. If one of these worked for you, let me know in the comments below. I love hearing your success stories. Smash that like button, subscribe for more automotive secrets, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay greasy, my friends.
Want to know which cars in 2025 are nothing but a money pit? Forget the ads. Forget the sweet talk from dealers. Here are 17 cars you should leave at the dealership. Let's go! Number 1. Jeep Wrangler. Jeep Wrangler looks like a beast, but drinks gas like a tank. On the road, it handles like a drunk bull. And repairs? Get ready to sell a kidney and swipe that credit card. Number 2. Chrysler Pacifica. Chrysler Pacifica looks like a family angel, but in reality, it's a nightmare. Electronics fail on schedule, and the transmission lasts shorter than your iPhone battery. 3. Chevrolet Silverado 1500. Chevy Silverado 1500. Legendary pickup. Legendary only for how often owners see the mechanic. Burns fuel and makes your mechanic rich. T4. Ford EcoSport. Ford EcoSport. Small crossover with massive problems. Weak engine, zero reliability, and an interior that looks cheaper than a toy car. 5. Mitsubishi Mirage. Mitsubishi Mirage. Not a car, but a joke on wheels. Slow, noisy, and safety like a cardboard box. Even Uber is embarrassed to use it. 6. Nissan Pathfinder. Nissan Pathfinder. Sounds like an adventure, but the only adventure is at the repair shop. Transmission issues and crazy fuel consumption. It's a classic. 7. Dodge Journey. Dodge Journey, a car that should have retired 10 years ago. Outdated design, outdated tech, and feels like you're driving in the last century. 8. Kia Forte. Kia Forte. On paper, it looks fine. In reality, boring, unreliable, and loses value fast. Buy it today, regret it tomorrow. 9. Chevrolet Trax. Chevrolet Trax, a crossover with zero personality. Weak engine, cramped interior, and build quality like a Lego set. 10. Infiniti QX60. Infiniti QX60. Tried to be premium, but turned into an expensive nightmare. Electronics fail, parts cost a fortune. It's a golden cage. 11. Volkswagen Atlas. Volkswagen Atlas. Big SUV, tiny reliability, electrical issues, engine troubles, and all that for a premium price. 12. Cadillac Escalade. Cadillac Escalade. King of flex, not reliability. Drinks fuel, breaks down, and costs as much as a small house. Want expensive pain? Here it is. 13. Toyota CHR. Toyota CHR. Even Toyota makes mistakes. Cramped inside, weak engine, and a design only the designer could love. 14. GMC Acadia. GMC Acadia. Mid-size SUV with max-level problems, electrical issues, suspension troubles, and transmissions that quit early. 15. Fiat 500L. Fiat 500L. Cute on the outside, disaster inside. Unreliable, cramped, and resale value at zero. Buy it and regret instantly. 16. Tesla Model X. Tesla Model X. Futuristic looks, Falcon doors, and endless problems. Software bugs, doors stuck, and repairs cost like a mortgage. 17. Land Rover Discovery. Land Rover Discovery. Beautiful British SUV that loves the repair shop. Worst reliability? Sky-high costs. These are the 17 cars you should not buy in 2025. Want to save your money and sanity? Make the smart choice. Now drop a comment. What's the worst car in your opinion? And don't forget to subscribe, bro.